Yes, see, that one's working now. Okay. So you're going to put that in your lap and not hurt it, right? And there you go, and then you take some pictures too.
Hello, Lucky.
Here. Those are for you to feed her.
What? Yeah?
Oh.
Yes.
There. I gotta go see her. I gotta go see my girl. Yes, my girl. Oh, this my girl. What a good. Oh, yeah, you do know. I know. Yeah. And you want another? Oh, it's the flies. It's the flies. The flies are horrendous. Aw. There she is. Oh, Gigi, oh, you want one from me? Just save me one, okay? Oh, yeah, I know. I'm making a mess. I'm making a mess. You a good girl? You're a good girl, yeah. How many have you got there?
Several.
Yeah. Aw.
Three.
Well, just save me one, then I'll come back and give you one more. You gonna get a shot of me on there? I don't call that shit hot, but no, don't. Oh, that was smart. Now, you hand one to her. Yeah, she's gonna be pissed off if I go down there. So you hand that to her, and I'll try to get this. Oh, it's here. Yeah, I know. You're a piggy. You're a piggy. You're a piggy.
Got one left.
Okay, give me that. No, keep it in there. Put it in there. You had a good girl. I don't know if we can get a picture of that. Yeah, I wish you didn't have your thing on your face, but it's because of the flies, isn't it? Yeah, it's because of the flies. No, that's my camera. Leave the camera alone. I'm going to put this in there, and I'll give her that in a minute. Oh, you think there's more? Yeah. What a good girl. What a good girl. I'm going to put the camera in a minute.
Oh, this is a camera too.
I know.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the camera, Lucky. Don't be given for the camera.
Hang on. Hang on, Lucky. You got one more.
Give me that.
Yeah.
I'm getting it. Just
Yes.
wait. Oh, you did a good girl. Okay. Here we go.
Hey, Lucky, away we go.
I've got you. Hi. There, you got a different camera. This is higher, Tim, but this is unreal. You know that, yeah. Yeah, it's, there's another battery there, but I will just put that one on. That's why I'm carrying the two of them. So rather than change out the battery, because this was a clean battery, so now I'm on the second camera, meaning I've got to go and clean both of them for stuff. And then I guess we should get rolling so I can decide if I have to go water the plants. Not that I'm really looking forward to doing that. But I don't have time to do it in the morning. Not with group for 8 o'clock. It doesn't happen. I got too much other stuff that has to happen first. Yeah, this is unbelievable. I don't think I've seen it down here at this high. This is a year that it seems very high. And Island 22 is like that. The parts of it are blocked off. It's so high. And nobody seems to be talking about that. I love you.
Love you too, dear.
You're in charge of carrying your water bottle and that. And I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Look, that one's in the shade down there now.
Fingers.
Oh, it would be. I should have got the cart thing out for you. Yeah, and this one's in the shade at least. And we're taking the bike and then ending up at McDonald Park and having naps.
Yes.
That was pretty cool. I remember doing it, I think, at Chance Elementary a few times too. Okay, so if you want to wait at the table, I'll just go to the bathroom, okay? Like that. Because Dan's cooking. Okay, you. Don't forget your... Oh, you gonna go? Too? Okay, well, you gotta come get your water bottle, too. Hello? I love you.
Love you too, dear.
You're in charge of carrying your water bottle and that. And I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Look, that one's in the shade down there now.
Fingers.
Oh, it would be. I should have got the cart thing out for you. Yeah, and this one's in the shade at least. And we're taking a bike and then ending up at McDonald Park and having naps.
Yes.
That was pretty cool. You're gonna find this is warm. See what I mean? Yeah. Like a lot. And this is what's worrying me about your place. We might be doing a royal production. I don't know what to do with it. I don't know how I would close it up and hope to God that you can live through it other than tomorrow morning. Oh God, I tell you. I should have had that one on tape. Oh shit! Oh, there's little buggies all over me now. Oh shit, eh? Oh, good God. I love you. Okay, thank you. And that bottle, we'll just leave it in here for the time being, right? Yeah. So it means that some of the other water bottles I may throw out, the real wonky ones. Yeah, so there's the purple ones, green marshmallows, white marshmallows.
Still can't see the mud for it.
Huh?
Still can't see the mud for the marshmallows.
Oh, yeah, it was offline. Well, have you noticed that?
No.
No, it doesn't. I can't imagine running this in the Coca-Cola. I just can't imagine it. It really does not climb up at all. I'm sorry. Oh, they're just gonna be stuck behind me. if you don't, and you're right, the way the body suddenly can't sweat anymore or whatever, but if you're not eating and you haven't got the electrolytes and everything else in you, and the admitting physician said that too. He said, does he have any diabetes? You know, what's his food been like? And like, he's asking all those questions. Well, he isn't officially diabetes, but he hasn't been eating. This is not good. This is not good. No, it's not good. So, pardon me?
Must be marshmallow season.
Yeah, it must be, eh? We do a lot of traveling on this particular road, you know?
Yeah, I know.
You've noticed that, yeah. Is it still all backed up over there, or can you tell?
Yeah, it's better than there.
Oh, okay. Is this a 6?
Yeah, smoke 6.
Maybe that's why. It doesn't quite help. But that grade back there, like going up that delta, is just unreal. It runs well. Like it you know, it does do that. It's like, see, you know, 85. I can call it to 140 real easy. But walked across here. That's how strange it is.
Dry.
Well, yeah, it was dry. No, I want you to turn the other fan this way too. At some point, you're doing that, so do that first. I think you'll survive up here. It is hotter upstairs. I may end up having to put my girl into her box. But the far section has got a bunch of orchard trees. It's what when you're driving up to that corner, you look up and say, what is that? You know, like these trees, and there's a house up that way, which is the original house, which I think they've rented to somebody now. And of whoever the Darts were or whatever. And it's hotter than hell there. There's, you know, orchard tree. It's, man. That whole section and down towards the road. And I got down with him from here to his back gate of the gates that go out towards the roadway, and it was like the heat just went whoosh.
Oh,
yeah. So I did all these loop-de-loop trails, and there is some what they call artwork, just some things. There was a thing hanging in a tree that was bizarre. It looks like something I'd make.
You know, those little patches on the side of the cedar tree?
I said to the artist, and she's one of the artists, I said, that was pretty cool. I said cedar weavings. You know, like, and I'm talking to her in Helcomale. I don't know if she got it, because she said to me, she said, are you Haida? And I ignored the question. Like, ignored it. I said, but what gets me is, you've got it on a Japanese cedar, not a coastal. Well, that's the only one we have here. And she is, I think she's Musqueam in Chinese. That was my feel. Coastal, like Musqueam. But there was something about it that just struck me as there's an Asian component. See, Elaine, you know Elaine's got that? Like, Elaine, I could never really fathom, because it was like, Elaine, you're a Malaway, okay? And there was just something about her.
There's a lady I grew up here with here growing up, Marilyn Garner. Her dad was native and her mom was Chinese.
That's the Malaway connection. They married into not the Chinese, the Japanese. Which is why it just kind of, I go, okay. And I don't know, I'll talk to you about that maybe too eventually. You never know. Maybe I could be Indigenous and nobody knows it. I don't know what to make of him when he said, oh, no, Anishinaabe will survive. It will and it won't. It actually is not on the numbers. I'm not going to argue with him. Maybe the numbers have changed. But as of 2018, Anishinaabe was not in the surviving languages. Not in the big time. Dene still was. Okay, so it's 2018. That's COVID. I suspect my stats aren't off because it's for dairies, and they're based on Canada stats. So Dene, Cree is the biggie.
Yeah.
Cree is gonna go the distance, and the reason Dene will is because of the connections Cree was doing with Dene. And if he's only taking Canada stats, you know, like the census stats, it's meaningless. Like, and he said, well, I'm a sociologist, which should mean I should like him, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything anymore. But Dene and Ojibwe may, but it may not be Canadian Ojibwe. And it's surprising if he is a sociologist that he did not know what I meant by Odawa. Why did he not know what I'm talking about? He said, what? I said, Odawa, you know, 3 fires. What? You see how something seems strange? And I thought, am I saying this wrong? Because he's already told me he's a sociologist. I said, well, 3 fires, the Odawa and the Potawatomi, and I said, never mind. Well, no, no, he called it a Ojibwe. And he said, it's going to survive. I said, yes, stateside it will. I actually think that. In fact, right now, the amount of work that's being done down there is real. Like, we know that. Look at the teachers. Look at the everything. And the universities just are doing it. But in Canada,
not so much.
It's another tricky. And the reason for that, too, is they get federal funding for the reserves. They've got no federal funding for national programs. E.g., Cree does. That's First Peoples Cultural Council that goes federal-wise. Cree does, Help Kumeil, Anishinaabe, Ojibwe. It's not on there. Ah! So there's a lot of other strange things going on here. Whatever, I don't know, never mind. My foot hurts like the Lord fucking Jesus too. And I think it just really got it by the time I went into water plants. I made it through the better part of the day. But I've got the toe taped, and the toe is crossing over the big toe. I can barely keep my shoe on. Okay, so what that means is I've got some serious damage. The foot is swollen and swelling again. And I don't really know how it happened. The idea being, Craig Kruger said that, well, it's an ongoing thing, it develops. Well, no, this didn't just develop. This didn't just start to happen. This happened overnight. Bang! And one day it was fine, and the next day it was like, what? So, I resent the fact he said, were you inebriated on the roof? Fucking question. No, if I was inebriated on the roof, I probably would have been fine. I'm sure this is how I hurt myself. Well, why were you up there? Were you inebriated? I'm having issues with that door again. If it locks itself down, I'll be doing the same thing.
Issue with what?
It's a long story, Tim. It's the way the house is set up, okay? You know, things aren't supposed to lock themselves down. At night, everything's fine. It locks go into place. But suddenly, if it would be like somebody being on the inside of the house saying, ha ha, ha. And I can still get in. I haven't put in some of my security that should be there. I just ride on the fact that nobody knows how to do it. But it means that I have to go up ladders and in through roofs. And that's how this happens. And this I have to go upstairs and take pictures of this. There's probably only about 27 minutes on this one. This bad. This is thick. Oh yeah, this is thick. No wonder it's in bad way. It's still dealing with itself. It's actually almost numb through here. and I can't then it run it all the way across here. But it's that one today had issues writing to memory card. I had to fix it 3 times.
Okay, so
well, that's because it's starting to get wonky. And that doesn't mean it's
I'm not going to have to be bitchy tomorrow.
It probably has 7,000 because I have the biggest memory card you can buy. Meaning I can put a full computer on the memory card. But I haven't cleaned that one for a while. And if you write to the internal memory, it will fuck your camera. Remember that. Don't ever do that. Always write to the memory card. Because the minute you write to the internal memory, it can gloop the camera, or the camera goes into, I don't know what it does. It goes into something. Anyway, hello Nia, are you here? Oh, Nia! He's hiding too.
What?
My dad said that
I don't see why you won't survive in here. And I'm not even sure why he would survive. It would stand it a little warmer. I'm wearing a wool thing over me and I'm not sweating yet. Come on. I brought the green shirt up. I did. Look. 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 Look.
I do. Thank you.
Yes, it's... Look at this. Are you coming up, B? Do you believe this? I brought your green shirt up. You really like that, don't you? It might be because it feels more stable. And he does, he can put his claws in it, he doesn't hurt it. Aww. He brought the green shirt up. Do you know how hot that was bringing up here? Yeah, I brought it up so you could sit on it. Aww. Look. Aww. I love the shit. Yes, I know. It's inside out. That's okay. Yeah, there's hot fire. Oh, just such a good spot. It feels good. You might like it on your toes. I would like it on my toes too. It's a good shirt. I know it. You need to take that with you tomorrow. It's probably my first defense soaking sheet. Now, what was that reading out? And I more so want you than to put it in your pocket is to have a little. If I can figure out where I put it, I had a little pouch thing. Like it was about this big with a zipper on it. I would take that in the phone. And at that point, I don't have to shove them in my bag somewhere. They go in the middle of the bag. And then I just pull it out. What is it reading at? What? And there's fucking nothing wrong with you. So stop. What are you belly aching? And if you lost it, Tim, how much is it? I don't care if you lost it, Tim. How much is it? This is in good, Tim. Taping that foot is not even pulling it over properly anymore.
I remember my first coach, Manuel Tumulak, he came into my school. I said, okay, I'll take a risk. It was a bunch of other native students there too. And for the first time, I felt like...
Yeah, you would survive up here tomorrow. It's going to hit to 32, 33 towards Friday.
As a positive, beautiful, amazing
so that gets things a little more crazy up here, okay?
It really changed my mindset of who I am.
And you might survive. And I think the reason you're surviving is that's that open and at night it's cooling it down. I'm surprised
it's such hardship and we're still here.
It might work because you're still blowing from the shady side, which is hopefully forcing it through there and there.
And it's important to have events like Arctic Winter Games that our young athletes that are starting out here can dream about.
Okay, so how many of those have you drank since you got home? Okay, be careful. Okay, so you drank one? How many of those since you got home? What? You're into the second? Okay, so that's kind of cool that you're doing that. I'm thrilled. Now I'm going to caution you and tell you not to overwater yourself either. If you could get, I told you 2, and that was me being positive. So if you could get 3 into you during a day, under these kinds of temperature conditions, you're happening. You need to drink upwards of 1 jug, bleach jug, of water a day, on an average day. So, roughly, half to 1. So 3 of those is half to 1, right? And you've never done that. Well, now we're in heat, and you've got different conditions. So if you've just got that, rather than going and pouring glass, that's ready to have a couple of swigs. Have a couple of swigs. And it's big enough to, rather than fill up repeatedly. You may find that you are increasingly thirsty that you have never experienced before because you've always ignored it. But that will help. And one of the reasons that your doctor didn't tell you this.
We don't know how old it is, but if you take a look at it,
I know that whole thing about the body hits a thing and it won't sweat. Why will it not sweat?
Arctic life.
What?
I'm looking up. Your body won't sweat because there's so much humidity in the air that it doesn't come out of your skin.
Don't.
Wrong.
Too tight. That was painless.
Oh, really?
My God.
I'll go get you the fucking research. It's because you don't have the water resources in your body to sweat. Now it may be that there's so much humidity, but you also don't have the water resources. It's no different than why the woman in Africa who is getting rice.
After they joined the contingent.
Now listen, she's getting rice. She cannot nurse her baby. Why?
Support and hospitality from the Arctic.
It's that fucking simple. This is not rocket science. If you don't take the liquid in, there's no liquid to go out. So if you don't take the liquid in, there's no liquid to go out when you're sweating. The body will not desiccate itself. See, that's what your doctor did not tell you. And if that was Philip, he has slipped repeatedly, and I've gone, and he's gone, oh yes, 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 yes. Kind of like Joel said to me 2 or 3 times, Tim, on the phone, as well as, no, he did on a fucking Teams meeting, I have it on tape. He said, I would agree with you. He did when I was there too. He said, you're right. I'd agree with you. I think that's makes me feel good that the guy who went to medical profession is going, yeah, you got a point. Yeah, I got a fucking point. So if you're not taking water in, which is what you did here, you doused your head, you did whatever, you didn't drink any liquid, what's going to happen? What? And you're also on a diuretic. Now what's going to happen?
What's the diuretic?
Your diuretic water pill. So you've peed anything out. And if there's not enough liquid in the body, it cannot sweat to cool itself. So it's like there's layers of the way the body works, right? So you're peeing all... Okay, wait a minute. Here's your water levels. You're peeing everything out. You're taking nothing in. You're sweating, sweating, sweating. You're still taking nothing in. Now what happens? If the body sends out any water, see where my hand is? What's going to happen? You can't go on because it'll shut the organs down if it sweats. So the body, there's different things. There's the autonomic nervous system and this nervous system and that and the. One of those systems is going to say, I can't do it, because the higher up will say, don't do it, you're going to blow everything. So you've got 18 Scotties inside your little brain. It's a good analogy, isn't it? Captain, we can't do it. I don't care. We could do it. We got to do it. We can't do it. We don't have the resources. Now what do we do? I don't know. Shut that system down. You see what starts to happen? So it is true. Yeah, you can get to where you can't sweat because of humidity. But
I would tell you it may have more to do with your liquid levels. And you should have been outside where it was cooling anyway. That's a whole other discussion. So if you're into your second bottle, I'm really thrilled. And I don't know what else to do other than go buy you a water bottle. That one's good. If you can get through two to three of those a day, you are way ahead of what you've ever been. Okay. And on a diuretic, you could choose to do the extra water because it changes things in your body and your salt and your this and your electrolyte levels. And I don't really have a lot of hard research here on this, Tim. But I'll tell you what, if you don't eat during all of that, you are asking for more levels. If you were a man in pretty great health, like me, you might be able to pull it off, but you're not. So now we've got these other systems that do some kooky things like, you know, insulin and this and that, and you were a little more on board today, eating 2 or 3 times. In fact, after you ate, you sounded more coherent. Well, that probably has to do with salt levels and electrolyte research. You know that? Oh, well, he is. Okay, so you're doing that in vehicle parking, right? That's what I'm going to do. Okay. I'm going to assume that we've got shade and parking there somewhere. Is that a bus stop? Where's the fucking bus stop? I wonder if I can get in front of. Doing. That's the bus stop. I did look at the road. And so is that bus stop.
What? Well, 3 times in 2 weeks.
Well, then I've told you how things are, haven't I? Okay. Okay.
You're starting to scare me.
Well, you know what, Tim? It's probably because of everything I'm carrying.
Yeah.
And what I'm carrying is stuff that has been scaring the hell out of me. Right? Pretty. So this would not be a good time for you to lecture me.
Oh, there you are.
There.
I wonder if you're going to talk to me.
Pictures of the horse.
What's going to happen if I go over and talk to him? Think I should? They look like people of things. They actually do, don't they? They're pretty. Yeah? Are you a pretty baby? You don't care. Yo. You don't care.
You see
Okay,
why
they're really not.
I don't
great
think they
horses.
mind. What's that? Lucky? Lucky. That's something for that. Like, you know, a little something. Yeah. So. Not a good thing to leave cigarettes, and then I thought we'd go out towards that.
Okay, so let's go that way. You too, eh? I document this stuff just to prove to him he can still do it.
This thing has 800 kilometers on it.
Has it?
I'm trying not to drop it in the first month.
You look really familiar. Who are...
J&B Appliances. I own J&B Appliance Services and wholesale.
Yeah.
I own that. Maybe I was at your home servicing something.
Oh, maybe. Or maybe I've seen you at a Starbucks.
Yeah. No,
No,
Starbucks ain't my deal.
No, okay.
Never was.
Well, I ran into somebody today, and I said, you look so familiar. And the idea being was he wrote, okay, well, it was probably at a Starbucks or
You from
something.
Chilliwack, are you?
Yeah, I'm Chilliwack.
Yeah, I've been Chilliwack 30 years now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, your hubby's in rough shape, eh?
Well, he's actually a member of household, but we're been there so long, everybody thinks we're married, so you know how it goes, right? Yeah.
You guys are...
You know, he's probably my 16th cousin through marriage, too, but it's...
Look out after each other.
Well, you know, he went on oxygen last fall, believe it or not.
Smoker?
He's a smoker, but he was also trades.
Trades, yeah.
And you know, I'll tell you, Pinecraft, which was, if you've been around for a while, you'll remember Pinecraft.
I remember that name, too.
Hey, well, you know what? There's 4 or 5 guys who worked there for years that are all the same weight.
Is that right, eh?
which is odd when you think about it.
Breathing in some shit.
You got it. So that there's just all those different levels of,
Yeah, it sucks, man. It's a part of your life.
It sure isn't bad.
Enjoy it while it's here.
Well, my big thing right now is I need a spider.
Yeah.
I can't, I mean,
get out, right?
well, I need to get out, but see, I could put them on the back. Hell, man, I did that with my cats, my dogs, and everything else. But you know something? 2 or 3, running 2 and 3 tanks. I mean, like, how, I can't even put that on one of the bigger bikes with him. It's just, it's all over the place. And I never got rid of that.
He wants to be on the bike.
You know what? It's therapy. In fact,
It is therapy.
a year ago, no, yeah, a little better than a year ago, it was the bike show just before COVID. He could not walk it without the walker. I was pushing him. And I came in and I said, that's enough of that. You know that 250? Careful, you don't even know me. My name's Kai. I'm on 2nd Avenue. I'll be calling you. Oh, yeah, no, don't be doing that, girl.
We just went up to take
You're
a
not doing that.
It's a bridge engineering. He's
just taking
telling
a
me all
lot
this
of
bridges.
Yeah, we
So it's ready to take me here, and then I said,
Especially when
like,
you have to climb over each floor girder.
Yeah,
There's just, it's a little
what's
half-assed.
going on?
My nerves were shot walking across.
Yeah.
I wanted to do it just once with the kid.
Yeah. I don't feel like crapping my pants today, so I'm just gonna stick on
Don't
this.
be doing that.
They were recoating the water main. I had to get up. So you see where? So we had like a small scaffolding set up, and I slid my body through that and walked on the water main.
Oh my.
With a little cable.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she was made my heart go.
Is that what you guys were doing here for a while? The water main?
They were.
Yeah.
Hydro was.
Oh yeah.
And then there's going to be, we've got a number of small projects, painting, seismic stuff.
Working on this one?
This bridge.
Yeah. Been around for a while.
For sure.
Yeah.
And it hasn't cost us a lot of money, which is nice.
Yeah.
It's done good.
Been a
It's a cool bridge
well-
though. Like it's
well
a really
built
cool
bridge.
look.
Yeah.
Like all the girders and stuff. It's really neat. So yeah.
Yeah.
No, that was my daredevilness for today. I just got up to a nice little look and
Right on.
go back to the RCC.
Enjoy your day, man.
Oh, thank God. I wondered what they were doing out there.
He didn't jump in, did he?
No, I brought him down here. He just came back out of the hospital again. The heat, which you get COPD flare-ups. I find him on contact just. And then about 2 months ago, he's with Vital Air. They put him on, you never know, one of your family members might need this info once. They put him on 5 to 6 liters of oxygen, and I watched him literally look like this. And I kept saying, there's something wrong with his therapy. There's something wrong with it. And he was getting ditzy, you know, like almost Alzheimer's.
Oxygen's not good for you too
You
much
know
oxygen.
what?
Pure
It's
oxygen.
called CO2 poisoning
Yeah,
is
there
what
you
it's
go.
called.
Yeah.
So when he finally did go down, and I had a real bad bout with him, and he ended up in hospital for 2-3 weeks. He's supposed to be on 1 to 2 liters, and that's it. Okay, so it's the flow levels. So you know, Vital Air was poisoning him. The heat was the big thing last week.
I thought that people are dropping like flies in this heat.
Oh, they were dropping like flies. And if you have issues with lungs, it makes for, even if you're on oxygen, yeah.
COVID or the heat is going to kill him.
Just,
Right? He likes to ride bike.
well, no, I was going to tell you this when I went back to riding, which was about, I don't know what that is, 2006, 15 years ago. And I hadn't been on a bike for years. I used to have an ex who said, you can't do it. But, you know, okay, fine, because I had. I went and I bought that from a guy who was, this is a biker story. He was 70 years old. He had never ridden. He bought that. He went and took the course. 3 weeks later, he's buying a Ducati at 70 years old. And he called me up. He says, well, you like that little bike? Because I had met him along the way. And I said, well, yeah, because it's the Rebel. It's only a 250. It's a Rebel. It's a Honda, but it's still all metal before they did the plastic. And he said, you know what? He said, I'll give it to you less than I paid for it because they only wanted to give him $1,000. And I said, okay, deal. And I kept it. And I'm glad I did now.
You got new.
Well, the other's a Boulevard, and I like that because that's an S40 twin. It's a 650. It's great. It's good insurance-wise, and it's got enough oomph to, even one of those would work.
That's the one to go. I drove one of those. They're fun.
Are those okay?
60
Is it
miles an
cooler?
hour.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is it any
I
cooler?
rented one.
Oh, well, that's good, because I'm cooking. So I don't know what they were doing up here. He worked on the Not him, the couple worked on the water main and he had her up there because he wanted to show her. People are nuts, you know that, don't you? Are you sure you're okay in that position spot? That's not the greatest spot, but and we were talking about air conditioners or something, and then we were talking about you. Look at me. He just bought that. He traded in all his, a whole bunch of stuff to buy that. It's $40,000. Wait. And he said, I can't do the big thing anymore. I don't want to. Always are just kind of discussions. But I tell you, he sat there watching you. He says, "You won't jump in, will he?" No. And I said, "No, he was going to ride. He was going to die or he was going to ride." I said, and then I told him about the little 250. I said, I kept the thing. I said, I guess I'm glad I did. He says, you better believe it. So this thing about spiders, he was talking about spiders. He says, oh yeah, but they're really something. Like the stability. See, this is just it.
Oh, okay, there.
I said, well, like, how do I put like 4 of those tanks on a bike and him
So here he
and
is.
pack stuff and you can't do it, huh? It ain't gonna happen. So anyway, so we are here briefly. I shouldn't not, but I just did. Okay, and I don't like show you some of this with some salsa. I mean, these things are pretty stale, but there, okay. That's some salsa. Okay. I'd rather you finish it up too, okay? If you can. Damn. Hold it under your mouth, only because it was out yesterday. And I ate some of it on my sandwich, and then I thought, well, hot. I don't know why that's the end thing to do. I'm not gonna go for it, are they? That's what it really looks like. That's what it looks like. Maybe we'll be here a witness to it, huh? There, hello. Yeah, if I could get a spider. When he talked about that too, I said, well, have you done any runs? Don't want to do that. Why? I don't want to go on the highway. You know, this is it. You know, I go out, told him about the map road, that's it. So I can go out towards Screendale. Are you on Dave? And travel those all the way back and forth. All right, all day. I'm just going to do it this way. And up at Abbotsford, come back in the other way. He says, oh, you'll go South Parallel there. He says, yeah, I know all those. So maybe I'm not the only one in the world, right? That's good. I'm lucky. Boy, I told you that bag of potatoes is going a long distance. Wait a minute. I guess we're reading something here. Well, I hope this is okay. It's not quite going there, but you know what, too, that headwind feels like a lot. This is a real stopover, isn't it? Wow. I think the bikes are okay there. I don't know sometimes where to park that. If I get on funny gravel, it seriously is tilting. Now we use some of the big ones. I'm pushing a little and keep it this back. Okay? No. This one here is bigger.
you see the difference of it being cooler at this time of day, though? So it's about 2:30 or so. 2:33 o'clock. It's just so fucking noisy. And then tonight, I want you to finish the things that I took out of the whatever, and when we go home, maybe we'll go for a short drive, and then we'll get Tim Hortons today. I don't know when to do it tomorrow. You hear me?
Yeah.
If we go, end up going till 11:30, it's going to be pushed to get this far short of going to the drive-thru too. So, because, then it's supposed to be noon, and then I don't know if I'm staying real time there or going back to the meeting, and then
You're hungry though, aren't you?
But I don't think it's been good this week.
What?
All of a sudden,
Yeah, well, see what I mean with,
You did a thing during the heat chip that was known as flies. You
don't know what
you can't do it. You don't feel well, or you're hot, you don't want to eat. You can't do it like that. It's like Frank couldn't either, whether or not that you're slightly diabetic or it's because of the way your body is behaving. It's just not going to happen. But there is more than enough salt in that, and I don't know about this idea of you taking electrolyte drinks. So, anyway. Well, you seem to be enjoying them. I'm glad I brought them.
Yep.
Okay, well.
Thank you.
Did that this morning, and if I hadn't put them by the back door, I wouldn't have remembered them at that point. This is what I mean by it. It's like, it just seems like it's got a lot going on. And then I've got to pull you out a couple of sandwiches for tomorrow as well. That have to come out. I don't want to try to just pick up chicken, but that complicates it even more. That's even worse for pick up, and it's not something that's really shareable the same way. Look at that. That was a trach, wasn't it? Oh, wasn't? No, it's the way that outside living sometimes look. You okay? I'm good. Hey, sweetie. What a place to come to, huh? Strange, eh? I don't think they went that far out. They didn't climb across it, did they? Did I miss something? Or can you get down on the other side of it, maybe? Because there's nobody up that way. If I was a little taller, I'd climb
up on those and look. Okay, I don't know about you, but I'm headed to the bike to go find water. Okay? And there's a bucket that was up over there. If not, you could just tuck it there, I guess, I suppose. I don't know. But I could use water right now.
Leaving?
Well, yeah, I'm planning on going to find water. So, put that stuff over here because you've got to get everything picked up out of that area. Give me that. Give me the container. And then you got a water bottle there too, okay? Yeah, there was a bucket up there. Whether or not it's still there remains to be seen. Go ahead. Actually, somebody took it away. Damn, well, we gotta put this on the bike. Damn, it's warmer. Okay. Okay, you're gonna have to shove this here. That has to be going into something. Here you go. Shove that in there. Oh, shit. You okay?
Yes.
Okay. I've got my hands full, Tim, and I can't grab yet. Okay. I'm working on it. Okay, are you all right with that? You lost took that off. You took that off the fucking bottom again. Huh? Hermio, what pictures of the goats? They are so cute. Oh, look at them. Huh? You get on, I'll fix the hose for you. Including that thing out. That stays on like that. Oh, you're sleeping. That's a good idea. Hey guys, you're asleep. And that's because it's I don't know why this is bending this so bad. Chickens and everything. The goats are ignoring me. Did you hear me? Yeah. Yeah, and they got a fake owl in there too. The goats are ignoring me. this tie back into the other one? Or do you know?
Why is it
Are you doing okay
stop?
for
All of
another
a
20
sudden
minutes,
it's
half an
really
hour?
busy.
Do you need to change
You
your
ever notice
tank?
that?
Besides, we're out on the Dyke Road. We haven't done this with the bike this year yet. It's just this would take me to Brinks. Yes?
Is that where we came from?
Yeah, Brinks, and then we turned to here. So I was just thinking, rather than trying to figure this out on Google, this is easier. Right? Well, it will increase my timeline tomorrow, and we're riding right now, right? Okay. Well, I think it is. I will tape her, but I'm not going to sit and listen to it. If I ever decide I want to, I've got the tapes. It is kind of how I'm doing this. And I've already got 4 or 5 tapes of Isidore's that I haven't worked through, which I'm hoping in the next 3 weeks I will manage to work through them. And if I don't, oh well anymore. I really would like to learn Anishinaabe-Moan, and yet, you know what? I sounded pretty smart today.
Yeah.
So if I just sort of stay in that level of, I may not be fluent, but I believe it or not, I can usually discuss the words and what's going on with it. And she did send me a friend request, and she was quite thrilled to be there. We may have another gung-ho member. I hope so. Because she's learning, and it's like, okay, I would love to do more stuff with Tammy. I said to her in a message, I said, you and I ought to get together. I just don't know when. And I really don't know, Tim.
And tomorrow's going to be the same.
That's the problem. I don't know when.
And back. And then
So,
I don't know what.
and anyway, yes, Nia, there you are. I should turn that on. I drank with this much wine upstairs, and it's hitting really hard. I feel odd. It might be just heat. I haven't drank much water at all today. You see what I'm talking about with you? There's comparable things. I have not. I said
No, it
I had
actually
2
will
swallows of
actually
ginger
take some
ale
time.
out there.
And it's more stressful.
I drank coffee this morning. That's all I've had. Ask me why I'm like I am.
Dehydration?
Yeah, that's a whole lot of it. So this much wine will hit really hard. I'm dehydrated, I'm overdone, my foot hurts, and that's why we're not outside with Sadie. Okay? And I typically, I don't know why I didn't come home and drink water. I just played with some pictures. I went through Google Maps. I spent 20 minutes on Google Maps. This looks weird. Google Maps does not look like where I drove you. And the roads don't make sense. And it's like, what? And that's what got me the most, because I said to myself, shit, man, if we came out that way, we'd come back in that way. And I said that the other day to myself. And wouldn't I turn on? See, I think McSween, which is just up and around the corner, which would still take me to Balham and whatever. And yet it struck me that, yeah, theoretically Kitchen Hall should...
Well, it's not Kitchen Hall, it's Kitchen.
That's Kitchen, yeah. Okay, well, that's fine. So when we come in, rather than turning towards McSween, you turn the other way, which runs you out the back route and back past the other dike. But that doesn't look like people. At all. And we can't get too fucking lost. I mean, what the heck? But anyway.
I actually
Okay.
could use to sit for about 2 days, but all holy hell is still breaking loose. And you know, I'm gonna just clean the house.
You're going to drive for you tomorrow morning?
What?
You're going to drive for you tomorrow morning?
No, it actually will. It takes more time, and it's more stressful too.
Bags, but come on, let's go do what we're supposed to do, okay?
off upstairs.
So then that should want your cart thing? And then you're gonna have to open that up. Walk across somebody else's driveway, probably. There's a step there. Thank you.
My machine's been off upstairs.
So then that should help
My machine's been off upstairs.
So then that should help Oh, is it good to see Jess?
Yeah, it was. Saying that seems like it could be a right little tarp.
Well, this is on tape, okay? So, you know, it's the age.
Yeah.
Happy July 4th.
Yeah, happy July. United States.
Hmm?
Aren't you glad you're not in the States?
Came here a lot about this time of day. I can't believe
It's going down.
you got what?
The wind is
Hey.
going down.
Yeah, it is. To drive down to the water. That's nuts.
Yeah.
Should have said no. I'm not going to park.
Well, like it said the percent, but it didn't really say what you get wrong on everything. Like the year-end one too, I put a lot of work into that one. I still got probably 45 out of 50 on that one. Man, I put like core competencies in there, everything.
That's that plan of.
Yeah.
I told you what I did,
You just
didn't
have
I?
the big long thing in or something. I tell you.
I don't know what I
am.
ended up. I typically center in 50 pages, but right about the time we were supposed to do that. Yes, stay on this. This story almost makes sense.
I'm listening.
Okay. So right about the time we were supposed to do that, they just found the 215.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. And so there's a lot of stuff going on in the Indigenous community, and tell you the truth, I'm astounded that Canada is even outraged because we've been talking about this for the last 15 years. And I decided that what really needed to happen, because it's kind of, pay attention, this is important. It's a little bit like Canada Day when we did orange shirts down at the water park on Victoria. This was not a year for celebrations. And that was
we
my...
realized that when we went to town.
Well,
We had a red, I didn't know, like,
yeah.
you get there and everybody looks at you wearing a red shirt. It's only a red shirt at one of my closets.
Oh yeah, don't go out in a red shirt.
Well, I didn't know that until like later.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, please. Like, oops, sorry.
Well, with Glenda and all, that's
I
what
think
I took
that
my
was
position.
cool.
This is not a year for celebration. There is more of this coming.
Yeah.
And I mean, I knew there was. Lots of us, I think, know that there's more coming. There's going to be more found and everything else. So I decided that I would write up almost something on the idea of expo. I likened it to expo.
but with an emphasis on unceded territory.
maybe it's warm.
I quoted all sorts of people.
Yeah.
So if I told you that
a
she
little
didn't dare
bit.
take marks off of that and I got 50 out of 50, I obviously took the right topic, because if she had, we would have been talking
Did
to
she give you
Elaine.
50 out of 50?
Yeah, got it.
Perfect.
Yeah. Or we would have been talking to Elaine.
Yeah.
But I still would like to see Elaine.
Yeah, I think so. I think we definitely have a right to
Yeah.
put our comment in there, because
I
like
listened
all the
to-
work, there's no rubrics of what the expectations
No
are.
syllabus, no
There's
rubric, there's no nothing.
There's no work back to saying what your points are off from to learn from where you made your mistakes. Right? Like,
Go Google
Where's
this.
the-
Does not really strike me as a
I had
course.
to be there by 2. I showed up at 2:05, and 2 hours later, it's like 4 o'clock at this point. I'm like, okay,
Yes.
well, I've been on the go for the last 12
Yes.
hours.
All the tuition,
And then,
37.50 times how
I
many
have to go
were
get the kids,
were?
because my sister had
Of course.
kids, so I
That's
drove
right.
all the way to my parents' house,
That's a
and then
lot of
drove all the way
money.
back, and then my dad got into a fight with my dad, and then I was like,
Wait a minute, you got into a fight with your dad?
I got into a fight with my
Oh,
dad.
okay, yeah, okay.
Because I was trying to leave, and he's like, well, you're not even going to say hi, you're not even going to sit down, and I'm like, I am trying to leave. I just wanted to get the kids to go. Yeah, and then I was in tears, and then I was like, so
I'm doing a lot of that too, honey.
popped in some things, and I made some 2 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and that's all I got.
Well, you see, this is just it, and I took frozen stuff with us this morning and said to Jim, here, you're just going to eat along the way. So, yeah.
Yes, please. So be careful being one people though, okay? When someone's getting off, you stop.
I think that was cool.
Let's play the egg game. It's my favorite. No, it's.
Your sisters will not like the egg game.
You want help up?
Yeah, most of those marks that she gave, I honestly think she just pulled them out of her head.
That's what
Oh, that's a word 30. Good enough.
That's what I mean by, oh,
And then if
maybe
you say,
it's
well,
warm.
Justify it. Can you tell me how I got
Yeah. Then she cries.
Just
A little bit. Yes, it's, yeah, because this is just it. I agree. A picture is worth 1,000 words. And that's what I thought was remarkable when I talked, because I called her with that one and said, well, I don't understand it. I've given you, believe it or not, I exposed parts of myself through that documentation that I wouldn't have normally even done.
Yeah.
And exposed things with him, you know, and his condition, all sorts of stuff. And she said, no, a picture doesn't count. A picture isn't an object. And I said, well, what if you lost all your pictures? Well, no, that isn't really how it is. I mean, that it is how it is. Your pictures are an object. Yeah. So, I don't know. But that's okay. People stood there and held up rocks that they painted, and those apparently counted. Go figure. I think that was
Mom,
cool.
let me go get a piece of rock out of my throat.
Exactly.
There's my object. Okay, now can I have my...
That sounds good on you.
Do you want help up? No.
Thank
you.
Oh, maybe it's warm.
Well,
Yeah, you're like,
so
what is
there really
hot?
hasn't
Yeah.
been here. This is done by
Just a
Winona
little bit.
Cheston. She's an Aboriginal worker that way. And she carries some songs as well.
So,
So it's not just specifically Stalo, it actually goes through the Media Association as well. So that's, yeah. Well, see, you should be
You
here.
know I just.
Ah,
What?
I'm the mosquito detector.
it was a busy weekend.
I went to kindergarten one time with my mommy.
Kindergarten's lots of fun. You get to do
Yeah,
lots
my
of
mom
like
comes to
play and
kindergarten
lots
with
of
me all the
Lots
time.
going on, so
Well, sometimes.
What did you learn last year?
kind of stressing a little bit. So
Yeah.
Well, at the end of the day of school, we got like all the work that we've been doing.
Hey, you would have been great too. She teaches great too.
in
Wow.
learn about life
Saskatchewan, they're accusing me of fraud in putting all
cycles
these
of butterflies
false
or
accusations
pumpkins
against
or
me.
trees.
It's the second time they're doing this.
The salmon?
First time, at least they didn't put it in the court.
Salmon.
That's cool.
And all the accountants.
Our grade 5
proved
teacher
that I
does it too,
didn't
but like
do
really in
anything.
depth. He actually gets
And I
to
have to have a response into the courts my next audit.
Oh dear gosh. Well, that's why you're not sleeping.
I saw the eggs. They were just like in the middle of the hallway. So I don't know if like one class actually planned it or if it was like a whole
So your first time?
I drive a lot, but it's my first time since COVID that I was.
And we even
Even
have
the
a
accountant went to the police and cleared me
as
of all
tomatoes.
wrongdoing.
Yeah,
But now
Yeah,
they're
tomato
suing me,
too.
saying that I'm doing this stuff. So it wasn't, you know,
Is it
good
good,
enough
Emmett?
that I already proved that I didn't
Better
do
chicken
any
nuggets?
of the accusations.
The nuggets
And
were
with
so
COVID, you
I
can't.
don't know.
It's a whole other thing, exactly.
Yeah, you know, I'm 3 provinces
The
away.
red balls in this.
They're in Saskatchewan, I'm in BC. It's not like going into the courts and just being able to deal
Oh
with
dear
this.
gosh. Well, that's why you're not sleeping.
Everything just came trying to get a lawyer with this stuff
I actually went on a plane last week.
from here.
Let's take you to Alberta. So your first time?
I drive a lot, but it's my
Oh
first
dear
time
gosh.
since
Well, that's why you're not sleeping.
Trying to get a lawyer to deal with this stuff
I actually went on a plane last week.
from here.
Great fun.
I drive a lot, but it's my
responded
first
to
time
any of
since
my
COVID that I was at Cascade Christmas tonight.
That's the whole purpose of the game.
Yeah, that's the whole purpose of it. Pretty cool, huh?
Where's your girls go?
My girls go to Leary.
I see Leary there. Yeah.
They officially have changed it to Leary
Yeah.
because they added a whole bunch of other woods to the end of it.
Yeah, exactly.
But I know I was trying to get. So I grew up. I went to St. Mary's and then I went to St. John Barbara,
Oh yeah.
like my high school.
Highway there.
So I've always known myself as Catholic. Anyway, so
Yeah, so you come out to drumming and then we'll go back over towards Hogan Park and sit there for a while and
Or we can just go to Hogan Park and just do drumming on our own.
go to where?
The park you're
Oh,
saying.
Hogan Park.
Hogan
kind
Park.
of distance myself, but I've always
Just
thought
do
of myself
drumming
as
on our
Catholic.
own.
Well, there you
So I
go.
wanted a pastoral reference, so I emailed the church and I'm like, I'd like a.
I went there drumming with a friend of mine one
I
time.
still
At
attend
Hogan Park?
church, maybe not
Yeah,
as
that's the
regularly as I
one
should,
where
but like I still
it's on
attend
parallel,
and I still
right?
think of myself
It's
as
on
Catholic.
parallel.
As it comes back
And
on.
there's the rest, like going to Abbotsford, there's the rest stop. And yeah, it's just behind it. I don't think most people know that it's there. You know, they go to the
My
rest
friend
stop.
Sharon took me there once.
Oh, it's a wonderful little spot. It really is.
Do you need help, Emmett?
You don't do this, you don't do that.
Oh, it's stuck on the fence.
Yeah.
But I wonder if you
Uh-oh.
can get, yeah.
So
Okay,
get
if it rips,
some
it's not a big
And
deal.
it has to be a
seriously.
pastoral reference?
a pastoral reference for most Christian schools. Yeah.
Yeah, like when you applied at High Road.
A response.
Maggie, wait.
Did not
No, we looked at High Road. We didn't
Oh
actually
dear
apply there.
gosh.
but
Well, that's why you're not sleeping.
We had to have a pastoral letter for somebody.
I actually went on a plane last week.
From here.
Let's take you to Alberta. So your first time?
And I was given
No.
a lawyer.
I drive a lot,
but he's
but
not
it's my
responding
first
to
time
any of
since
my
COVID that I was